All right. Get this running. And now we wait. How long can I stand still and not talk? Well, I got a like out of it, so whoever you are, thank you. Thank you. Maybe we'll talk about knives. Maybe I'll just stand here and stare at the screen. Or maybe not. I should probably at least be. It looks so tiny. Got to get her. I like knives. What's everyone doing on Sunday? Tricks! Remember me? The poop. I've got the display for the poop knife right there. Where is it though? Oh, I mean, a real Jason wouldn't carry that. He'd just walk around like this. The old poop cutting machine right there. Steel core. Dishwasher safe. So we meet again. Fook. Fook, bud. Okay. Fook. Gonna be doing some of these vertical lives. A little extra work for you. I appreciate you. Gotta send you some stuff. Gotta send you one of my new pins, right? Which I will do. I appreciate Fook. He's my guy. Good stuff in the house. Let's put this up there. Will it stay? For now. What's everyone doing on a Sunday? Aaron Isgall. What's going on? Glad to help whenever I'm available. Thanks, Fook. I appreciate you. But yeah, you saw the pins that I got. I'm sending one your way. At least that for now. I hit 6K. We're good. Crushing it. Got to do another giveaway pretty soon. Would you call me a chief? I mean, you could be chief. What's up, chief? How's it going? Aaron's definitely a solid chief. Leader. I'm in. On the road to 10K. Maybe. I mean, yeah, I guess. One step at a time. I'm just going to make vids, have some fun. We keep growing. Excellent. What's going on, Marco? How are you doing today? What's everyone got going on a Sunday? I'm making videos. I just finished one. I've got another one for a dye project, half finished right now. I need to get on and finish that one for my man Fook right there. I don't know why. I get behind and I start doing the next thing, and then the next thing you know, we're here. Here we are. I've got Scrimshaw project down below that I haven't gotten to in quite some time. So there's that. There's dye project number 15. How many months has that one been hanging in limbo? Just finished resharpening my cold steel Engage 3.5, and now I'm cleaning my desk. I have a couple desks I need to clean myself, Fook. If you want to come over and help clear it off. I did this one recently. I've got a couple downstairs. I used to do all my studio stuff down in the basement. I live in a house. I used to live with a couple other guys. Then it was me and one other guy, and now it's just me, and I'm as happiest I've ever been. Living alone is awesome. And so I've kind of taken over the living room. So my main table is in the living room. I have my main setup. But basically, I use the bedroom, the living room. Basement's kind of more storage now. Obviously, I use the kitchen. But I have made myself comfortable in the living room. I've got my couch and stuff. My two couches set over with the TV. So if I want to lounge and just watch TV or play some games or something, which I haven't done in a while. Then I've got my main table, which I'm an artist. So it's now become my main work table, art table, filming table. People want to come over and play some board games or something. Board game table. It's great because now I have this whole area that I can just kind of make my own, do stuff with it. I need more knife organization. Well, this shelf, I got this shelf for free. One of my neighbors was moving or clearing some stuff, and they put it outside in the old front of the right next to the road, like free. I went over and looked. I'm like, solid. So I took it. It wasn't any wear down at the bottom. There was a door right here that hinged down. So this shelf is actually a little narrower. All the other ones come out. And I believe, no, they're all fixed. You cannot adjust. Some of you get the cheap ones and you've got the rows on the side that you can adjust them shelves. These shelves cannot be adjusted, which is fine. I did build these little trinkets on a little secondary shelf. Should probably stain them so they match, but you don't notice all that much, do you? It does give me an extra little row. I might need to organize it a little bit more. I tried to make it a little narrow so the light can still get back in there. Of course, some of my lights are dead right now, and so they're a little low. Can do this. What? All right. It's kind of what I had it going yesterday. A little disco action. BRB. All right, Tricks, we'll see you in a minute. We're just hanging out. Fun little Sunday. Got 13 of us in here. Oh, I changed the lights. It dropped. People didn't like that. I did that all last time. Let's just kind of leave it at this for today. Oh, is that one going out? Yeah, see another one. Burnt out. Got to charge. It is nice because they are little pucks. You can just take them off, and they are rechargeable. Having a wire, running a wire and drilling and mounting would have been kind of a pain. Charging is also a pain, but at least they don't run on like batteries that you have to buy. That would be crazy. Then it would be like I'd be replacing a couple AAAs every 6 hours or so, versus these could run for probably 6 to 10 hours, and then I plug them in, charge them up, and reuse. Of course, I forgot to plug them in, so a couple of them are gone. I have extras. So right now we have 6 going. The bottom shelf doesn't have any, but I got 2, 4, 6, 8 charging right now. So I have enough because I actually move them around. I put them kind of behind some spots when I'm lighting for videos and lives and things like that. Team Storm, I'm back. What's going on? What are you up to today? Terrence, what's happening with the Thunderbird today? What are you up to? Aaron is my name. Tell me. For those of you who don't know, Aaron is the chief. Know it. Love it. Live it. Oh, I tell you what. Which one? Which one? Which one do I grab? I don't know. Ron Dobbins, what up? Carrying a Sweeney, Mars Valley Carbon Fiber, Pina Mula, Jack Wolf, Benny. That is a nice trio. Nice little trio. I am carrying, well, I took it out of my pocket for a moment, but I'm doing Max Ace Goliath today. Actually, I love this knife. Haven't carried it in a while, obviously. I mean, it's huge. Not something that's usually the standard daily carry. For those of you who are interested, the Max Ace Goliath. Matt tops out at a little over 10-inch. That is the biggest folding knife I have in my collection at this moment. I love it. It's super cool. I don't carry it all that often because it's so large. But it feels great in the hand. It's got a nice size. It's got a nice shape for that size. Very fun. Still got the dark mode tall boy. Saw your channel because of that knife. It's a beautiful knife. I actually have it right there. Boom. Dark mode tall boy. The Devo. This one's been out, what has this been, a month or two now? They just released the Fireball recently. I did not pick up one of those. I kind of wanted to, but it's tough. A couple $100 knives here and there. But I was able to snag this. The tall boy is great. Look at those extra jimps. Normal jimps, secondary jimps. Get your finger right up on there. Do some nice draw cuts. It's got some excellent action. Flicks out easy. Oof. So it's not a cool knife. This is the dark mode version from Blade Binge. I think, what do they have, 5 or 6 versions when they released it. Very cool knife. Inumaki. You have one, or you just you saw it and you wanted one, you missed out on the drop? The Essence, just bought a Microtech MSI, fluted scales for $380. Pray for my wallet. Fluted scales, huh? I have an MSI. Talked about it recently. It has some things that I like about it, I don't like about it. That's one of them. It's big. It's heavy if you're not careful. There, I didn't get it swung out enough. But if you get your finger in there, man, you could really, God, I look like a serious amateur playing with this thing right now. It's cool. Holy crap, it's titanium. Justin. What's up, Justin? What are you doing today? Inumaki has one. Which one did you get? Dark mode was the least popular, but you have, wait. Yeah, I don't know which modes. I know a couple of them sold out right away. The 80s Dark Matter seems to be a popular one right now. Well, I guess none of them are available, but I mean, when that went out, everybody likes that 80s camo carbon. Essence playing with the Manix 2. Like a fidget spinner. Just can't stop. See, that's the thing. Sometimes you get a good knife in your hand and you're just holding it. You can just sit there and just play with it all day long, watching a movie. Open, close. If you got someone near you, they're like, what is that sound? You keep opening that knife over and over again. Kaiser Mini Towser K WMK exclusive with that frag titanium. Selena Girl 69, what do you think of winter blades? I think they're cool. I think they're expensive. Now, I'm not saying they're not worth it, but because of their cost and their low availability, they sell out fast. I haven't been able to get myself one as of yet. I do like the, what is it, the winter blade, what is it, Cofactor or whatever, the original one. I really like that design and that style. I would love to pick one up. You interested in the Halloween edition drop bear? I like drop bears. I like Halloween. If I'm looking to buy more knives right now, I have a drop bear, so it's kind of not on my list. If I didn't have a drop bear, I would probably be right on it, but because I do have one and it is a great user, I'm good, and I need to spend my money on some other knives that I don't actually have a copy of already. Can we see your favorite knife? I actually just had it up. It is this White Mountain Knives exclusive. Not the most expensive knife in the world. I think this retails for like 110 bucks. 154 cm frag titanium. It's got those little jimps right there, this little choke up spot. Extra large jimps across the back. They go all halfway through, and that is Kenman jimp all day long. But it just feels great in my hand. I love the way that frag titanium feels. It's got awesome action, flicks out nice, a little bit bigger, slightly beefier than the standard knife. But it works for me. My taste kind of changes regularly. One of my most recent acquisitions is the brand new Tempest Knives Microjet. What am I doing? Just looking for a crossbar. Just the snappy sound feels great. This is 154 cm as well, And we got titanium with some micro milling on there. This is from Casey's design, the Knives Fast channel. Kubi is the maker, but Casey did this design. Very cool. It's actually a smaller version of his Jetstream that he released, I don't know, more than a year ago. Anybody knows? But I'm really enjoying that microjet. It has a good size as far as it's not too big, but you get right in there. Handle fits. I got all 4 fingers on there. Extra nice large stack of jimps. Really nice feeling knife. And it's titanium. I got all my titanium ones hanging out here. Yeah, that is still currently my favorite. It varies day to day, but the Towser K, that's the mini Towser that I've got. I also have 2 regular Towsers. So this blue one is in the Rich Light, and the red one is in micarta. I did a swap. The blue actually came with black hardware, and the red one came with silver hardware. So I did a straight swap. So I got all the black on with the red and all the silver now on with the blue. Who doesn't like dual wielding? I love it. Especially with the Towser K. So if I had 4 hands, I'd take these 2 and these 2. I got 4 Towser Ks. The White Mountain Knives one with the frag is the only one with the Kaiser clutch lock. This one's copper. All the others, they have this liner lock, which works great. I mean, look at this. It flips out, drop it to your thumb. Boom. You just turn your wrist as a lefty. I just set or drop to the thumb, and then as you turn, it just... Great action. Towser K. Fantastic. I actually almost enjoy the action on the liner lock like this even more than the clutch lock. Kaiser's clutch lock is the best Axis style crossbar lock made. There's a lot of them out there, but this one just works. It's the cleanest, smoothest feeling. Several companies use it. I have the Lander 2. Whoa, maybe I can't flick it out though. But the Lander 2 also has Kaiser's clutch lock on it. Just feels good. It's just got this smooth, satisfying feel. Not quite the same, the original OG from Benchmade. This is the tagged out. It feels nice, it works nice. Tagged out is a little light. I wish the scales were a little bit heavier. What do? Order some titanium ones? Maybe I'll do that. If you fell and tripped in your house, it would be bad. Especially if I was like near this. And I got things like this lying all over the place. Do not slip and trip on the 4-banger. That thing is ridiculous, right? Or you can always just go straight to the bomb. I can't believe I got 1,000 views on this. $12 assisted, essentially garbage tack force. I did a Vero engineering video like the day before it. $300 knife on loan, or it was on loan from Lanyard Man. And it's got like 100 some views. And then the next day, $12 bomb, 1,000 views. Give the people what they want, right? Thing is, I don't know. Who knows what they want? Some days something hits good like this. Some days you got a really cool knife and it doesn't hit at all. Interesting. My most viewed shorts out of everything I've done on the channel is this Rough Rider folding hatchet. I don't know what it's at now. Last time I checked, it was at like 90,000 views. Look at that half stop. Boom. But an $18 Rough Rider folding hatchet, silly thing. Almost 100,000 views. I think my second place one has like 15,000 views. So this beat it by like that much. Math. Do the math. What's up, Justin, Ohio? Where, Bunny? 35967. Essence, can we see, or didn't you already ask that? We see your favorite knife. It's still think it's this one right here. White Mountain Knives. Kaiser. Mini Towser K. Current leader. I love the Vision FG. It is a great knife. The Super Lock is very ambidextrous. No matter which hand you use it with, it's on the back and the middle, so it just works the same both ways. The only difference with this knife, I mean, you can switch the clip from one side to the other. So the only difference you can remotely tell once you swap that clip would be the pivot. It's a captive pivot, so there's a C on this side and then the screw on that side. But other than that, completely ambidextrous in every way. If you couldn't see that or feel that, you wouldn't know the difference from either side. Like I said, you can swap that clip. There I am going with that. Like I said, I'm not sure what it is, but recently I've been saying, like I said. I need to stop doing that. Like I said, I need to stop saying, like I said. I used to say like a lot when I was young, or younger, or whatever. It would be blah, blah, blah. So like I went with my buddies and then we were like, oh, let's go to this. And like, it was cool. You realize, okay, am I a valley girl? I am not a valley girl. Maybe a valley guy, got a little Keanu Reeves, dude, a little surf in me. Apparently, that's what I was told yesterday. Who has a Vision FG? Definitely probably one of my favorites. Well, I mean, it is. Top 5. For sure. But ambidextrous, I'm lefty. I can use my right hand pretty well. But anything that I can do with the left is going to be a little bit more for me. Chat. Yep. Oh, I don't know. That's the one thing with my vertical lives. I'm having major issues with my chat. Right now I can't see chat on my phone at all. I got chat down on my tablet and it freezes regular. Then I got to close the chat and reopen it and it like refreshes. I'm not sure what the issue is with that. The 4-banger jabbed in your leg won't say sorry. And this thing's sticking out at you. It's not going to say, it's just going to say, hey, spin and twist, make the cuts better. Ron Dobbins has a Herman Micro Sting. Have you tried? Or do you want one? Fook. Send it to Fook. What's up, Sophia? How are you doing today? What are you up to on a Sunday? The little turd. Fook says, Ron, never had a Herman, way above my budget. What does that Herman go for? Micro Sting. I'm not good when they're expensive, but I don't have one. I haven't handled it. I'm going to guess it's in the 600s. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, Ron, but what does that go for right now? I'd look it up if I had my normal live setup. I hear birds chirping again. I've noticed the sun rising in the morning. So, what are we doing today? I have some ferric chloride stuff that I'm going to be working on. I have a couple of dye projects I'm in the middle of right now, not including the ones that are old, but ones that I just started that I'm working on. One of them I'm actually going to be using the ferric chloride on the blade, so it'll be kind of a two-way KDK custom. What's up, Mad Yako? How is your Sunday going for you so far? Have a nice morning. Aries, yes, acid etching. I plan to do it. I haven't really messed around with it. I've watched some videos. I picked up some stuff. Aries, I know you've done it before. Do you? I've seen a lot of different things. The one that I picked up was this one right here. All right, I've seen quite a few videos of people using that, but I've seen people, what's going on, Snoop Dogg? I've seen people use it, then some of them they use it straight up. Some of them they use it 50-50 with water. Some of them they use it 30% with water and then 70% water. Some people mix it with apple cider vinegar. So lots of different variants. Not really sure which ones I want to do the most. I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the mix with the apple cider vinegar, but what do you think, Aries? Ferric and apple cider 60-40 mix. So my guess was that was the one I wanted to try the most. 60-40, so 60% ferric and 40 apple cider then? Is that what you're doing, Aries? About 50-50-ish. A little bit more of the one. Eric Sprout, we in this. What's going on, Eric? How are you? Yeah. 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 Unfortunately, not working great. I haven't had a chance to mess with them. Give me a second. Give me a second. Here they are. Here they are. So I tried to do a swap with the micro jets. So here is my Ultim one with the silver blade, but barely touch that. Look at the lock bar, barely locks up. It almost looks like it's not locking up at all. It's pretty much straight up and down, but look at the contrast when the blade goes in. Ooh, yeah, look at all that silver contrasting with the black. Tell me that does not look super cool. And then I put the black one on Eric's blue, but the problem is with this is, maybe can't see that, but we're getting lock, and look at the lock up on there. It's pushed almost all the way over, and it's not engaged enough to make the blade solid. So the tolerances are a little different. Reason being, this one's titanium. So the titanium, there is no frame on this side, and then the frame on the lock side basically comes across here and then over for the lock. And on this one, it is a full frame. So instead of having the titanium one just has this piece coming down here and it comes over. It doesn't have any of this stuff. So it's actually a different, slightly different design. And so you can see my lock bar is not locking up almost at all because it's a little bit shorter of a distance on that one. And then the titanium one is locking up super far, but it's still not locked up enough. If I push it over a little bit more, the blade does lock up, but it's unfortunately not working how we'd liked it to. I like apple cider vinegar on French fries. I appreciate that info, Aries, as well. I know Aries, if you guys haven't gone, go check out Aries' channel. He is a custom knife maker. He's got a couple up for sale on Etsy right now. I really want that one. My budget right now is not in the realm. I'd have to get somebody to buy a couple. I could do a swap. But Aries makes some really cool stuff. I would love to pick up one from him at some point in time. Also, Mad Yako's in here. He has a channel. These hanks that are underneath my knives are all made from Mad Yako. He does some custom hanks. If you're interested, go check that out as well. Ron Dobbins, hit the like button. Hit that thumbs up, everyone. I appreciate it. 16 thumbs up. We got 35 people in here. A couple of you could pop that for me. Help push it up into the world. Ron's got to go. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll talk to y'all next time. Thanks for swinging by, Ron. Aries got to take off too. Aries running some errands. He was road tripping yesterday. He was live a little bit. I kind of popped in for a little while. It's kind of busy yesterday. I've been busy trying to get going, get ramped up, get some stuff. Who was in the live yesterday? We were talking. Someone asked me about dive knives. They're like, you have a dive knife? And I was like, I do. And I forgot that I even had it. I went and I found several knives. Another one was the all wood. We'll look at that in a second. But dive knife. Got the CRKT. I believe I picked this up probably 18-ish years ago. Mad Yako's going to go stonewash his yonder. Very cool. So this is the CRKT dive knife that I've literally never used. I don't even know what it's called. The ABC maybe? What does that say right there? Doesn't tell us the blade steel. But this is a fixed blade specifically for diving and doing underwater, oceanic type things. I love that, Kenman. Thank you. But notice it's got the pry tip. So this tip is not sharp. It's kind of like a really wide screwdriver, but it's basically designed. We've got a double edge. So you got a nice long edge on this side. And then this side also has some, my God, serration. I hate serrate, so I couldn't even remember the word. Serrated on one side, straight on the other, so you got a little options if you do need to get that in there for popping open clams or oysters or whatever it is you're doing when you're diving. But then you have this pry tip, so it is blunt and the sharp edge goes up just to that curve, so you can actually get in there and do some pry work, you know, maybe pop open that mussel or whatever it is. Very cool. For grabbing up sea urchins and abalones off of rocks. Yeah, you can just get in there, pop it open, eat that thing fresh. Delicious. Got a nice little clip. It's got some extra things on it though if you want to. I think it came with some rubber stuff for like you want to tie it to your leg if you're, you don't have pants or something when you're diving. You might have a dive suit or you might just be wearing swim trunks. So it's like you actually use that rubber strap to strap it onto your leg. TKE, just swinging by, say hi, smash that like button. Nice knives. Hope you all have a great day. Congratulations on 6K, badass. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, I did hit 6K yesterday. My vertical live yesterday, well, it was like a couple hours, but I literally gained almost 55 subscribers during that live stream, and that pushed me over into the 6K. Very much appreciative. Thank you so much. Loving making the channel, working on the content, doing some custom stuff. I got several on deck for today and in the future. I got so many things planned. It's more than I'm able to do on my own. That's why I've got like all these knives down here for the scrimshaw project that I haven't done anything in quite a while. But I got several of these trappers. Nice little Rough Rider slip joints, but they have bone handles and they're inexpensive, so I can practice my scrimshaw technique. So I did that. This is one of the first ones I did, that little fishing lure scrimshaw. Basically what you do is you take a sharp pokey needle type and you scrape and scratch the mark, and then you put ink in it, wipe the ink on there and wipe it off, and then it basically stays and locks in onto the bone. I bought several knives to do that with, started the project, realized it was hard to film because it takes a while and it's not as exciting. I might have to do some time lapses or whatever. I do have a little test. Where is it? Where I was trying out like pressure and technique. You can test it on like this, like a plastic spoon. So if you look right there, I practiced kind of scratching how hard you need to scratch to put my name on there. And then I did this test little drawing. Is that in focus? See the birds? I did go to school for art. I do love drawing and painting and stuff like that. This is a really cool kind of a concept. I want to get into it some more. And it's just another one of those projects I'm excited to do that I haven't had a chance to, because I started another one. I started the shipwreck project. Got really deep into that one. Most recent shipwreck though. Very exciting. So I did some tests. This is one of my first tests where I was trying some different chemicals and things to get some cool patterns. So I ended up with that, right? Then I tested further where I experimented more with just salt. Same kind of brand of style of knife. Notice how the difference I was able to achieve. So I added a lot more salt to this one here. and a lot less of the other things. I basically just did salt and ammonia on the one and experimented with the other. So I got two completely different looks. Then the third one that I did, I combined those two techniques and ended up with this. So now I've got one with some cool splotchy, some black spots, plus the blues, extra blues and greens. So like if you look at all three of them, it's going to be tough for me to hold. Oh, I got an idea. Just open them up. These are inexpensive Rough Rider little lockbacks. Yeah, if you look there, the top one and the bottom one, you do a combination of the two, and that's how I got the middle. It almost kind of has a resemblance to the first one, but just with more blue spots on it. What's everyone think? I love doing it. It's cool. It's fun. And it's one of those things where you don't have full control. And like as an artist and a painter, sometimes you really want to be able to control what you're doing, but then there's also some where you just can let loose and just let it kind of do its thing. So I'm kind of learning what chemicals do what and how to kind of see what I can incorporate and mix and get some variations and stuff. And so I will keep at it. I'm going to keep trying and come up with even more. I'll try it soon. Got to go get some ammonia. Yep. That's the main thing. You really only need ammonia and salt, paper towels, and a container to put it in. But I would recommend good ventilation. Don't hover over the top. Take a deep breath. Woo! Put you right on your butt. Kathleen Smith, how are you doing, Kathleen? What are you up to today? I have leaves out in my yard that I got to go take care of. I kind of mowed over some of them, kind of remulch them into the yard and get ready for the snow. We did have some snow. We already had a little snowstorm in Minnesota, but it was one of those like, oh, here it's going to snow. We got 2 inches, but then a couple days later it all melted. We might go all the way through November before it snows again. You never know in Minnesota. It changed. Isn't that what smelling salts are made out of? Yes, we actually talked about this on one of my lives because I remembered that. I didn't know if they were still available or not, but I remember they used to be in first aid kits. I've worked at a lot of places with first aid kits. Well, most every place does. But all of them nowadays, they do not have that. But they used to be a pack of smelling salts in a first aid kit. So like if someone fainted or something, you can use it to wake them up. And it's just like a little container that you kind of break, and it's got essentially ammonia in it. But I remember, I didn't know what they were when I was a kid working for my dad, and he's like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. And he's like, here, I'll show you. And he opened one, he's like, smell it. And you're like, ooh, like, ugh, get out of here. It's a real deal, but I could see how if you're sleeping or you're passed out and you smell that, it's like, woof, I'm awake. Someone was saying too that people use it when they're like working out or something. It's like I don't know. Leafy Wiggy, hi Dan. Hi Leafy Wiggy. What are you doing? Have you tried sanding the blade scales a bit before doing the shipwrecking? It depending, yes. I took some. Well, it also depends on where you start. Like I have this one. This is that Towser K in copper. I will have to sand this before I do anything to it. Right now, it has that darker finish on it. If you go back and watch some of my first videos, well, I'll take that apart, and then I have these Santoru stones or Santoru stones. Basically use that to remove any patina or something that's already on there. You can use a really fine sandpaper and clean it up. But I did that with one of my first ones. I sanded it really smooth and even so that you get a nice base to start with. You don't necessarily have to do that. Anything that's there will have kind of an effect on how well it works in or whatever. But if you just left it, like if you bought one that's got this coating like this, you have to sand all that off, and it'll be a lot lighter of a color. That one's copper. These are all brass. So the brass color is more like this lighter spot right here. Copper is obviously a little bit darker, but when you sand that down, you will clean it up and get it all ready to go. Poop knife. Knives and Pizza wants poop knife. It's a popular one. I did a field test with this knife. I've never cut poop with it, but I had to do the unboxing video and field test it, so I ended up getting a nice, thick, juicy brownie. Got a good, solid cut. It did give a little smear, so the smear and the wipe, I give that like a 7, but the cut was about a 10. So if you ever have that serious turd that needs a cut, pick yourself up one. Poop knife. It's a real thing. Be a samurai of porcelain poo-poo. Right? Tell you what. My personality, boom. I saw that. It was like $16. It was like an immediate, okay, yes, I must own the poop knife. How could you not? How could you not? Boom. I did dig. I found a box with several knives that have not looked at in a while. Someone asked about my dive knife, and it made me realize, like, oh, wait, I have more knives, and I didn't realize it. And there's a bunch of junk ones in there, just super cheap, crap, old ones. A lot of them are older. Like I said, I got that, see, there's that, like I said. CRKT, the dive knife, I think in like 2007 or 8, approximately. I picked up this CRKT about the same time. What is this? Stealth First Strike. It's fixed blade. It does have a wrap with a little stingray piece. You can see the dotty spot. So they lay those stingray pieces down and then wrap around it. And then I think they dipped it in wax or something, because that's really, they kind of really locked it in. So that wrap, I mean, you could untie it, take it off of there, but it is on there. It's solid. This was one young Kenman got, I said, about 15 plus years ago. It's a fun fixed blade, though. It's a big, beefy kind of got that katana wrap on the handle. I think it's cool. Another one that was in there, just about spit out Leafy Wiggy cereal. Got one of these crazy karambits. I actually cut myself on this one. Right when I got it, doing the unboxing, I was spinning it around. It is essentially, if you look, it is sharp on both sides. It's not a very expensive knife, but I thought it was kind of a cool design, something fun. Whenever you talk about karambits, it seems that people are interested. Got that big old serrate backside ring. I don't know, you could hold this several ways, but man, this is a real, I don't even know. That's not the way. But I took it, and it was just like, oh, I could spin this in my finger and then swing it around and then catch it like this, and it ended up catching part of my thumb. It wasn't a bad cut, but it was nonetheless. And I ended up never doing any more videos with that thing. Gonna send my yonder. Are you gonna sand your yonder and re-dye it? Mad Yako is gonna be dyeing that yonder soon. My red cobalt, I dyed this one. This was that standard brown micarta that you get from Kaiser. Did the red dye and then sanded it and weathered it and beat it up a little bit, give it some darker edges and lighter edges. Kaiser Cobalt, oh geez, is very cool. Like the Cobalt quite a bit. Got a great drop on it. Does have a front flipper. I like the Cobalt quite a bit. I have 2 of them. I also got the 4V aluminum one. because why would you not? Why would you not? I don't have a yonder, though. I should probably get one. I won a karambit a couple weeks ago, immediately cut myself spinning it around. Exactly. Does the poof knife get patina? No, it's the smear wasn't great. It had a smear. When I went to wipe, it had a smear, but it's fully dishwasher safe. So you can just throw it in the dishwasher, you'll be fine. I do not have a Vosteed Nightshade. Email Savivi, Dan. Why should I email Savivi? I have a lot of Savivis. Oh, my lights are dimming. I'm losing lights. All of these, this back row right here, from here over, all Savivis. I like Savivi quite a bit. Why should I email? Oh, possible free yonder. Maybe. Yeah, yonder, that's, what's his name's new knife? Zach. Zach in the Wild designed the yonder. Looks like a nice one. Rubik's Cube. Just texted my tattoo artist to get an appointment to get a buck 119 on your arm. Like that. Buck 119 on the arm. I love the buck 119. Solved. Yes, I can. Skull, do you mess around with Rubik's Cubes at all? Wouldn't that be awesome? Possible free yonder. I mean, free stuff is cool. I know I could be getting some more free stuff. I've had a couple companies send me things. I've had a couple reach out that I kind of researched and I wasn't sure if I wanted to because they were kind of... one of them was almost like a Temu brand. But again, $12 junk. People really liked it. So I don't know. I might allow a couple other companies. I'm definitely going to say what I feel about it. One of the newest ones, trying to get this mixed up and just struggle busting right now. One of the newest companies that sent me some stuff was Molesect. This is the Molesect Jungle. Very cool. Even though companies send me knives, I will still give you my honest opinion. This thing is a hog. I enjoy it quite a bit. 14C28N on the blade. I've been cutting some boxes and cardboard and stuff with it. Going to test that edge, see how well it retains, kind of see what their hardness level is holding on to. Handle is really awesome. I'm not a big fan of this clip though. It's not a solid clip, so when you're holding it, I don't know if you can hear that. You can kind of touch, move around a little bit, and it's just not, it just has a little bit too much play, and it's kind of large. I would appreciate the tighter clip, or a little bit thicker maybe this way, so it doesn't have this much, because I feel like you're going to catch that on your pocket or something, and it's just going to go womp. I could probably bend it in, and it would probably stay tight like that. Again, I will let you know if there is something I'm not a fan of. They also sent, this is the Molesect Orbit. Front flipper only, so I wasn't as excited about this. Hold on. Right off the bat, because I do like a fidget factor, and you can't get into that groove. If that would have just been just a little bit more, would have been able to use that to flick it out, which you can't. But after carrying it a day, oh, it feels really good in the hand. This feels nice. I made some cuts with it. It was comfortable. I like that long tip, gets in there nice, hollow grind. I dig it. So I have gotten a few things. Kaiser's been sending me some stuff. That S35VN fixed blade Milita. This thing is rad. I tell you what, I love this. One thing I noticed was, I probably can't tell, right along there, there's a little line, couple little lines towards the tip on that finish, and all it was from was going in and out of the sheath. I carried it a couple of days, and so I had it in there, and it's like I'm taking it out to look at it, taking it out to show people, putting it back. I cut a few things, but nothing that was really more than paper or tape that's going to get up along the edge. And well, basically along this back spot right here, there's this line that's about 1 inch long that I got it from putting it in and out of that Kydex sheath. That's just something that happens. When you have a coating on a knife, it is going to kind of wear, and the more you use it, you're going to get some lines on there. That's just a normal thing. I just noticed having it the first day and not using it very much, it was like pristine, still pretty much pristine. But then you get this line on there, you're like, well, I didn't really jab it into a deep tree or anything to do that with. So it's just this observation. Great knife though. I'm really happy with the Militas. They also sent me the new mini Milita, smaller than the full size. I bought the full size one to match the mini. But if you look at that size, what am I doing here? Trying to hold the fingers at the bottom there. You can see that's that regular size Milita. This is the new, one of the new budget versions. This has 154 cm, the wood, and G10. Great action. Feels good. Front flipper works fantastic, just like the more premium Militas do. I'm really fond of the mini though, as far as a secondary. This is a fantastic size. It's not too big. Lock my middle finger in there, and your index finger sits right on there. It's great for making cuts, getting in there, doing some work. I generally like larger knives, but that one is cool. Okay. Neil, what's going on? Got to go back to work. Thanks for swinging by. Happy Marine Corps birthday. Yep, today was the first day of the Marine Corps. Appreciate your service. Or thank you for your service. Same difference, right? All right. Trying to get this randomly mixed up here. I'm not the fastest in the world, but we might be able to solve this. Might take me a half hour or so. Is everybody ready? Laser mark, CJRB agave print on an agave. So the scales were silver, and I did a white laser mark setting, and I did a reverse. So all that silver on the tips, that's what color the scales were. The laser mark is all the white. What do we think? This is the second one I've done. The first one I didn't do a mirror image, so it was opposite of this, and it was a different picture of an agave plant. But love doing laser marking and coming up with some fun stuff like that. Okay, should we do this solve? Multicolor images. On what? On like the laser? It depends. Generally, not so much. You can, depending on the material, this one's aluminum. Aluminum, you can get a black setting, a white setting, a gray kind of a setting. So you can do kind of a grayscale-ish, and you can get that white on there. So I've done some where it's like blue with a white line. But a lot of things you're looking at black, gray. Sometimes it can get kind of an oily blue or reds, but whenever you do that, it's not a consistent, it doesn't consistently do what you want it to. Let's see if I can find, here is like a laser mark test piece. I don't know how well we can see some of these, but you can see like up here, that one's kind of maroon, that one's kind of blue, right? So these are all just different parameters. So you do this test on a piece, then you say, ooh, I like J4 or whatever. And then you can use that to kind of dial in settings. Because every time you take a knife and you do a laser mark on it or anything, any material, the laser mark on that is a specific setting to it. This is titanium and this is titanium, but they might not be exactly the same. So I put a laser mark on one, it looks fantastic. It might not work on the other one, so you have to do tests. The nice thing about knives is when you take it apart, you have the entire inside surface of the scale. So I can take the scale off, turn it around, mark on that inside. Then when we put it back together, it'll be in that middle section that you can't really see. So you're able to do a couple test dots. You kind of figure out what you want, do a few tests, dial it in some more until you get where you're at. Color-wise, though, it's very limiting. I did that one where I added a few, where is it, with the paisley. I kind of hit it a few times, and you can see there's some that are kind of blue and some that are kind of brown and bronzish colored. Like if I kind of turn this at an angle, you can see the original color was that. But if you look in here, see how that ring is lighter and then the next ring is darker. So there's a few different kind of colors going on in there. Where you mark it, change the setting, mark it again, mirror or invert, negative image it, and then mark that. A lot of tricks. This little thing is cool though for a little, for the little Kershaw. Stacy recommended this little knife to me, and for inexpensive knives, it's good for doing some laser mark practice. Bassmaster, that looks cool. Thank you. Nail polish. What's the nail polish for? I need nail polish. I picked up some nail polish. Got some red nail polish right here. Dan, why did you buy nail polish? I bet you know why I bought nail polish. Nail polish acts as a resist. So I'm going to be doing some acid washing and some stuff with some ferric chloride on some blades. And basically, if you just put the whole blade in there, you darken up the blade. If you put nail polish over certain parts, then it'll make darker where the nail polish is not, and you remove the nail polish, you have like a two-tone. You also, when you take the knife apart to do it, you have to put something around, a resist around like where the detent ball is and where it makes contact with metal, because the etch will change that surface and then it doesn't work as good. So basically you want to coat those areas that are hidden inside the pivot and such, so that when it'll still have that same action. Again, with my frozen chat. Excellent. All right, I want to take a quick look here. Hold on 1 second. I will be right back. 39. All right. Cool. Oh, it's already almost been an hour. Anybody doing anything fun on a Sunday? Just kind of hanging out, doing some cleanup. I may just try to do it with the progression and the anodize setup. Yeah, the anodizing, you can get some different colors, obviously. Let me grab my rainbow connection. The one that was better, I ended up giving to Mr. Eddie. This is a pry bar, titanium pry bar. I anodized this, but I've used it and kind of carried it around, so the colors have kind of faded. But this shows you all the potential titanium anodizing colors that you can get. What I did, put the whole thing in. When you anodize, you have a container. The container has something on the side that has like the negative to it, and then you have tweezers that have the positive. And so the positive is touching and holding the part. You put that in the liquid, you turn it on, it flows through the one, into the liquid, through the part, and out the other side. And certain voltages will give you certain colors. So if you have a good machine, you can set it to rise up the voltage. So like if you want this yellowish gold right here, the voltage is in the middle. So you would set that voltage here, put it in, it would slowly bring it up, and when it gets to the color, or when it gets to that voltage, it just stops and sits there. Then you can remove the piece and it's all that color that you wanted. I have one. Kicking stuff. This is a little one I did. Oh my goodness. Tell you what. This was all regular titanium, and I made it that nice blue color. So basically you just set the voltage to right here, and then wait for it to get up, and then remove it. So how did I do this rainbow? So I set the voltage at the highest, the furthest. The last color it can hit is green. okay? And then I set it to rise up slow, and so the voltage is coming up slowly. So I took this, dipped the whole thing in the liquid, and then start. And then the whole thing turns brown. And as it's going from that brown to the next color, I start removing it, turns to the next color, I start removing it. Now it's blue, now it's silver. And so once it's been removed from the liquid, it stops changing. So down here, it keeps changing through the colors as they go up, and you remove it, and then you're able to kind of get that full rainbow. So I have done a few, one that I sent off, what was that, the Yo Jumbo that I did. We did a combo of like a transition between basically the magenta and the blue, that purplish color and the blue. So we let it hit the purple, and then as it's going from the purple to the blue, we yanked her out. And so it's got this nice blue to purple fade on it. Very fun, very cool. Another thing that I've done is you can do it like I did one all the way to green. Here I can show you actually. Got a couple of them right here in bags, keeping them real nice and clean. But these are the same as this one right here, right? So with these, what I did is I did the first color. So if you touch titanium after you've anodized it, it kind of starts to wear, and I want to give these away or whatever, and so I'm trying to keep them clean in the bag. But I did the first color up to the magenta or up to the green, and then sanded the top. Since it's kind of a layered thing, I sanded that top back to titanium, and then anodized them again to the gold. And so because this is a higher voltage than this, if I did the whole thing green and then sanded it and then start bringing it back up, anything that's green won't change because it has to get to that high voltage before it does. So you can go through all these other colors as you're on your way back up, and as long, you know, as the second color is lower in the spectrum than the first one, you can get some two-tones, which is fun. I also did one for MPG where we did it all blue, and then I did a laser removal. So it's like a laser mark, but instead of actually marking, it's doing a coating removal. So I've got an anodized removal setting that we use at work that removes it. So then you do it all in the solid color like I did. It was all blue. And then we did the laser mark to remove the pattern. Then we dipped it again into a lighter blue. So then you get a two-tone, but it's all detailed to what the laser mark was. Super fun, super cool stuff. I plan to do more. I have access to some really good equipment at work and some very knowledgeable people that are quite skilled and been doing it for years. So I got a little benefit of abilities to access equipment. I do laser marking professionally. So I have access to laser marking, to sandblasting equipment, anodizing equipment. I can't do it while I'm working. It's obviously I get off of work, and if the machines are available and open, then I can jump on and kind of mess around a little bit. It's fun. Leafy is going to do some 9-volt battery anodizing. I've seen that, which is cool because then people, they practice that and they can dial it in and they can say, all right, 6 9 volts linked together will give you this voltage and bring you the gold. You put in 7, it'll make you the purple. You put in 9, it'll bring you to the green or whatever. So they kind of figure out how many of those you can link together to get a certain voltage, and then you can still dial in specific colors even though you're using a little bit more of a caveman kind of style, because you just have the voltage. You just basically, once you plug it in, it's like boom, here it is, rather than the machines I have, you can say I wanted it exactly this, or you can change it to 0.01 higher or 0.02, so you can get really small variations, and then you can choose rather to have it hit it right there, or you can have it start down here and then slowly work up to it so you have more control. Doesn't mean you can't go out and just buy some 9-volt batteries and a really basic setup and come up with some really cool stuff. So it's a neat thing. Thank you for subscribing, Duribin. Either way, thanks for subbing. Welcome to the fun. Been jumping around here. That's what's neat about the vertical lives. We get some new people. It kind of pushes it out to a different demographic. Jesus Christ, it's Rambo. What's up, National Socialist? I need to hold on to this. Got my Rambo knife, but then if I just go like this, Right? Okay. Join me on one of my Thursday lives. I do Thursdays. I do horizontal live. I've got internet stuff set up. We can go look up things on Instagram and look at photos and check out websites. Look up knives that we want to research. Just been trying to do some vertical lives here and there for fun on off days when I have time. And having a blast. Having a blast. Really enjoying the Kaiser Veratus. This was up until recently only premium versions available, so it's a little bit more expensive when you're looking at $150, $200 versions. Now they're usually about 120 to 160, I think they were. Nicer materials. You got better blade steels, titanium, etc. I did do an anodizing job on one, a little two-tone, which was really fun. But Kaiser did send me, they started making some budget versions. This is a Nitro V version with a G10, but they did something with this G10 to create this cool pattern. I'm not sure how that was made, but I do enjoy it. It also came with an extra pivot. It did have a black pivot on there when I got it, but it came with the gold pivot, and I was like, well, you know what? Let's put it on there, try it out, see what it looks like. Pretty happy with it. I could maybe swap it back at some time, but I dig that extra little splash of color. I kind of wish I need to find maybe a titanium pocket clip and have that gold. And I think that would really kind of help pop and give it just a little bit more. Anybody know of any pocket clips that actually fit on this one? I know there are some companies that do have some clips, and I've seen some titanium clips that I bought specifically for like some Civivis and whatnot that do have lost some more lights that have titanium aversion clips that will fit. A lot of times those screws are fairly close together, so I've on occasion taken a clip off of another knife. Some of my smaller knives, I don't really have any out here. But some of the smaller ones like this one here, excuse me, I end up taking the clip off when they're little fifth pocket knives. I feel like when they're like this size and they're just so small, they just drop into the pocket really easy. But when they're that little, you can slide that in that little fifth pocket, yank it out. It doesn't take up as much, a little more slim, and you don't really need the clip when it's in that fifth pocket and it's a smaller knife. You can just take that little one out and do your thing. Put it away. So some of those, on occasion, I'll have a clip that will fit on another knife, or I'll have a clip that I just hate and I'll take that off and buy a clip or whatever and do some swaps. So that is definitely an option. Try to find myself a gold one that'll fit on here. For sure. Kaiser has been coming out with a lot of cool stuff. The new Militas, mini Milita, regular Milita, all the different versions. This one, the smaller one's Nitro V. My large one is 154 cm, but they also make them M390, S35VN, a couple different versions. Very cool. So they've got an option as inexpensive as $50, and then you get that DLC coated one for about $200. A little bit of everything in between. Lots of cool stuff from Kaiser, though. I tell you what haven't I pulled out here on the table? One of my other top fives, the Devo Pony Stout. I'm going to do an ano job on this pretty soon. I'm just kind of waiting because I have some jobs that I'm going to do for some other people. I want to do them first before I jump into some of the knives that I want to do. If I'm doing the exact same process, I want to wait and then kind of get theirs taken care of. Especially Stacy's been patient, MPG's been patient, so I kind of owe them pretty big. But that's kind of the way it is sometimes. As an artist, it's weird to be creative. If someone gives you something, they don't have a specific direction of exactly what they want. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody or anything like that, but sometimes it's like, let's say you have two people, and this person says, hey, I want a crosshatch pattern laser marked on here, please. And then this person's like, yeah, I have this, let's do something cool with it. You know, I don't know. Maybe laser mark, maybe ano, maybe whatever. It's like, okay, cool. So you get both of those. It's very easy for me to be like, oh, there's the crosshatch, bada bing, bada boom, we're done. This one, I start doing that research, looking up this. Oh, I kind of like this. I kind of like that. What do you think of this? Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe that. And then you kind of bounce around, and it to me, it just becomes a longer process. It becomes a little bit slower. I want to make sure I get exactly what that person wants and do to the best of my abilities what they're trying to achieve with their desired goal. It makes me slower. Who wanted me to solve this? I totally forgot. Got sidetracked. Was it Skullteria? Yeah, it was Skullteria. One of the first guys importing and selling professional low-budget cubes in Germany. Are you still in here, bud? Met Kira. Hi from Russia. How's it going? Bruno from Brazil? Excellent. How's it going in Russia today, and how's it going in Brazil? I have not been to either place. I'd go check it out. What's the temperature like? All right, so we've got the cube. I'll try to do a solve here. Sorry, give me 1 second. Skull, are you still in here? Did you get bored and left? He's like, yeah. He stopped talking about that cube that I asked him about. Does this seem fair? Mixed on all sides. I am not the fastest in the world. I don't know if someone wants to time me. No real necessary. All right, I do have a clock up there, 1:52. I'll wait until it says 2 or 1:12. Ready and go. I'm going to identify where everything is, make myself a cross. There's my cross. All right, let's put some parts in. There's the red, blue. All right. Oh, I am off today. Oh, God. What is my problem? Oh, I screwed that up. I am way off here already. Let's start fresh here. All right, there's my green and red. All right. Put the green and red together, fire them into this spot. Blue and orange is right there. Probably one of my slowest solves ever. Okay, take a little pause for the cause. We're almost there. All right. Oh, screwed that up, didn't I? Wow, I just pooped the bed. We need to start fresh. This solve is the worst in my life. Wow. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. Do a little T-perm. And then... Sorry about that. Much apologies. Whew. Holy cow, that took way too long. That was a solid minute. Solid minute. Talk about a shipwreck. Full shipwreck action. They are fun. It takes a little practice. But there's a lot of little moves like that. Little T-perm action. My favorite one. Boom. It's a fun little hobby. I've been enjoying it. I don't do it professionally because I'm way too slow. My best solve is around 30 seconds. It's just decent. Definitely above beginner status, but pro level, those guys are sub 20. Pro is sub 10. I don't know if I'd ever get there. I'd have to memorize like 30 more algorithms at least just to drop maybe 5-10 seconds. And that's a lot of memorization. I don't know if I've got it in me. It's one of those things where you kind of forget too, like You just saw that I screwed that one up bad. I did one move wrong, and then that pops you back, and then now you have to backtrack to get back to where you were. It's fun. It's fun. I like puzzles. I like them. They're good. I have a whole nother shelf with just puzzles on it. Maybe we'll pull that out and mess around with that one day. Okay, there's one other little thing where, God, I'm a mess today. I don't have any organization. I'm never going to find it, which is fine, What's everyone got going on for the rest of the day? What's going on, Clint? What are you up to? We're talking about a Yo Jumbo a little bit ago. I don't know if you know anything about that. But yeah, I need to make myself some food. It looked like the rain finally stopped, which is good. I have leaves everywhere. I got some stuff to do in the yard. Trying to do little vertical lives on a regular basis here. Just pop in here and there when I have some time. Thought I'd do it. Realized all half of my lights burnt out. Oh, that one's still lit, but you can barely tell it is. I need to charge these all back up. My bad. Mostly folders, a bit of everything. About to go grocery shopping. I did that yesterday. We have Cub Foods here. Like when I lived in LA, it was Ralph's. That's basically Cub is the one I go to regularly here. What was it? A couple weeks ago, I was randomly at some other spot looking for some things, and I was like, oh, there's a Cub right here. I'll just go here rather than going to the one by my house. Big mistake. I've done this same mistake before, and I've been mad about it before, and I'd kind of forgotten and realized, like, yep, here we are. So I go into that different Cub Foods, and long story short is the layout was like this. You walk in, produce was over here. There's these rows that go this way, but then when you go over here, there's these rows that go this way that you can't. I couldn't find half the stuff I wanted. Everything was in a different place. The one I go to, you walk in, produce is on the right, and there is like maybe 20 rows, and they're all the same way, all facing. So you can go up, down, up, down, up, down. You make it all the way to the end. Or when you go and buy a roll with your cart, you look and you be like, oh, I don't need anything in that laundry detergent, paper towels roll today. So you just skip that row. But this one, it had some this way, then it had some this way, then it had some here this way, and that, so it was like, it's just a mess. And then like all the cold stuff was in the middle versus mine was all over on the far left corner. And you don't think that organization is really that big of a deal. You're like, oh, it's Cub Foods, it's a grocery store, I'll go in, I'll get everything I want. Never again. I will drive home and go to that other one, and whew, it was a mess. First world problems, right? First world problems. Well, today I am going to probably try to figure out if I can do anything with the microjets. I don't know if it's going to work, so I'm going to probably have to swap them back. But before I do, I am working with that ferric chloride. Since I talked to Eric really wanted the blue one with the black blade, so I took that black blade off of my my Ultim one. Look at how cool that silver blade looks in there. It just would be all black, but you get that silver dropping in there. Look at that contrast. Both sides. Very cool. No contrast. Boom. And if it was a black blade, you don't see any of those lines. But because the liner, it's a full liner on here, the titanium one, the liner is only this section and then over here. So they don't fit quite the same. So basically this one, there is no lockup. That lock barely sticks at all. And this one, it locks way over, and then it's not enough. There's still rock to it. So unfortunately, because the one's titanium and the one's Ultim, they're just not really a compatible swap. Sad face. So I am working on doing some etching with the ferric chloride and doing some blade tests with some cheaper knives. And if I can get a nice uniform black look, then I might end up taking the one that I'm going to put back on Eric's and doing it in black for him. And then I'm going to probably take the black one of mine to work with me and sandblast it off and refinish it. But I don't know. Or I might just swap them back and call it a day. We'll see. Another day in the life of a knife customizing experimenter, which is me. The other one I did find was this. Someone asked about yesterday. They said they had one where it was 2 pieces of wood and the knife in the middle. I have this one right here. I can't remember exactly what this is called, but this is specifically like a carving, whittling, woodworking type of a knife. I got a lefty version. So if you look, it is a chisel grind. So it's completely flat on this side, and then you got that chisel grind. So this is for doing some woodworking. As a lefty, I can get in here like this and do some carving and some scraping, right? Doing that work. And then basically the righty one, it would look like this, and then the angle and stuff would be cut on that side. Japanese made, nice little stamp. I don't know the blade steel on this or exactly what this is. Not too expensive. I think this was like 20, 30 bucks. But I haven't done any work with it. Haven't really done any woodworking in a while. I'd like to. And so maybe I will try this out sometime in the future. I forgot there's a little nub there that it lines up with. But it's a cool little design, right? It's got that kind of, I don't know what you call that. It's like a, is that just a stonewashed pattern? Or what? I got that backwards again. Very cool, very fun. Loving those knives though. Got to get the Goliath back in my pocket. This is what I'm carrying today. Just an absolute beast of a blade. Gonna get outside, do some stuff, clean up the yard a little bit, make myself some lunch, enjoy the rest of my Sunday, finish another video or two. If you aren't already subscribed, please go check out the channel. If there's some interesting stuff going on, hit the like button. If you do want to watch some more, subscribe. I do post a full-size video every single day and at least 2 or 3 shorts every day. I'll be doing some vertical lives on a regular basis. I do my main live on Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central Time. If you are free, come in, hang out, stop by, talk about stuff. If you're looking at interested in doing some custom work and you just need some advice, feel free to hit me up. If you want to get some custom work done and send me something, get a hold of me. If you go into my my description and into my info, you can get my email or my Instagram. I am KDK in 4K on Instagram. You can go message me there or just send me an email if you want. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Probably see you guys later. More lives coming, more videos coming. Customizations up the wazoo. Look for that shipwreck. Let's have some fun. We'll see y'all soon. Have a great Sunday.